Robert Wise is a fantastic director. I like a lot of his stuff. You know, he did some musicals, West Side Story, The Sound of Music. He did the wonderful Odds Against Tomorrow, The Andromeda Strain, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Classics. And it was nice to discover a kind of film noir for him. Thanks to Joe for sending me this. Odds Against Tomorrow is one of those great noirs where the characters, all of the main characters, are just horrible people. They aren't nice.
Are you staying home tonight?
Why?
I can't get a babysitter.
And stay home and take care of yourself.
And yet somehow you're kind of rooting for them throughout it to kind of make this movie work, to make it happen. Now you get Ed Beagley as the kind of main man behind this. He's a man who has a plan. A man with a plan. He is planning to rob someplace of $50,000, which would really help the two other gentlemen in this case. And he's willing to do some manipulative things to make sure that his guys work for him.
A fella by the name of Ingram owes you.
Sure. A very entertaining boy at Gnoy's place.
Earl, played by Robert Ryan, who is an ex-army man with a chip in his shoulder. Doesn't take crap from anybody, pushes things a little bit too far, takes advantage of his wife in more ways than one, and just feels like a character that's heading towards a dark finale. He is someone that's shrouded in shadows and mystery as he's headed towards what seems like an untimely death, because he is just driving himself in the wrong direction, putting a pressure on himself to make a kind of living where he's not looking at the here and now, not looking at everything that's going around. He feels that he has to be the main breadwinner, yet the only way he can do that is through something that can really put everything on the line.
You might at least say that I look good.
If you're going, why in the hell don't you go?
Harry Belafonte is Johnny, a musician in a club who is heavily in debt, and he is being manipulated by Dave to do this job. He doesn't want to, he kind of has to, and his is another story of kind of sadness and regret as well, because his marriage broke down due to his gambling problem. He's got a young daughter who he adores and loves to spend time with, but because of his nature, which is the main thematic of the movie, people's natures and how they just don't seem to be able to change, is driving him towards self-destruction as well. You know, he's got himself in debt. He's in with some really heavy people, and he doesn't see a way out. In fact, Dave kind of manipulates the situation to force him into this job that he really doesn't want to do.
You saying what to me?
Look, man, I'm telling you in front. I don't have it now, and I won't be able to get it by tomorrow.
So you've got all these characters who are really horrid that are coming together to do a heist. They plan it out. You get to see their lives and what's really going on with them. And it's kind of wonderful, because nothing much really happens in the way of plot. We kind of know a heist is going to happen. It's a 96-minute movie. The heist happens in the last 15-20 minutes of the movie. It's all built up to get there. We get to see the characters, how they are trying to destroy their own lives, sabotage their own worlds as they get towards this finale, where they're hoping everything's going to work out. It probably will, but it may be not.
And we're taking care of each other. It's one big play, a one and only chance to grab stakes forever. And I don't want to hear what your grandpappy thought on the old farm down in Oklahoma. You got it?
And they're just horrible characters. Even together, they don't galvanise as a team. Earl is a staunch racist and won't hide it, often saying things to antagonise and wind up Johnny, to belittle him, and it doesn't really galvanise the team. It doesn't build them together as a cohesive unit. It's more driving them apart. But it's wonderful performances. Robert Ryan is that stoic, steadfast man who just does what he wants because he feels he has a right, a divine power to just take and do what he wants.
I spoil everything. I can't help it.
I just have to spoil it.
But there are ramifications to his life that he just ignores. He's unwilling to give them any kind of weight at all. There are so many fantastic scenes. There are so many supporting characters that are just great. I love the gangster in here who Johnny owes the money to, and some of his kind of lackeys that are there. There's one character, one of the gangsters, who's just so wonderful and delivers these fantastic lines.
Flacco wants to buy you a drink, and I want to buy you a shiny new car.
But it's just a great character. I just loved it. There's a moment where Johnny just gets drunk. He's supposed to be playing on stage. He gets drunk. He's in a bad situation. He's just been told he's got 24 hours to pay the money, and he goes on stage absolutely drunk and just starts playing the xylophone, and he's wrecking everything. But it's such a great performance. Robert Ryan again has this kind of tenacity behind him. You see him quick to anger. There was one scene in a bar where he attacks somebody who, to be honest, was asking for it, but takes it a little bit too far, and then suddenly he's the bad guy, and he just feels like the whole world's against him. Everything about this movie is driving towards the finale, which is completely fitting for the film. Odds Against Tomorrow is a great film noir with really horrible characters, the antagonists of their own story. But man, it's compelling. The performances are outstanding. The direction's wonderful, as you would expect from a great director like this. And it just it leaves a kind of bad taste in the mouth at the end of it, watching these horrible characters and almost willing them to succeed when they really do not deserve it. I'd love to know your thoughts on Odds Against Tomorrow. You can let me know in the comment box below if you've seen it. Is it high up there for film noir for you, or not at all? What do you think of it? Let me know. We'll have a little discussion about this film. As always, there's more content here. You can see more of my stuff. Don't forget to hit that like button below this video because it helps out a lot. And in the description box, you will find links to Patreon membership program where you can join and help support this channel, or a link to where you can see some cool merchandise, where I've got some nice designs coming soon, hopefully. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.